Welcome back, guys. So in this video we are going to be talking about HTML forms and how to collect data from our website or our web application using HTML forms. So basically HTML forms allow us to collect data. When you go to a website, you say that you see a form that says enter password or email address, or you see a registration forms that asks you to register. So we are going to be displaying how to collect data. So basically we want to create a different page to handle that. So let's add a different link apart from the about link. Let's add a different link. So I'll just copy this. I'll call this register. This will be our register page. Register page. So let's save and refresh. Let's see what we have. So guys, you can see we have register page, but I want this register link to be under about page, so I'll just put a break on it. Yeah, so it's now under. So let's create our register page, because right now we don't have the page. So HTML. So I'll call it register expression page. So on this page, so let's save the page. So call it register.html. Click enter. So guys, let's save and refresh. So you can see we are on our register page. So let me just add page 4. So guys, let's start building our form. So what we are going to be building is a simple registration form where we will enter our name, our email address, date of birth, and some other information. So how do we display or how do we collect data using the HTML form? So if you go to W3 School, there is a section that talks about HTML forms. There are a whole lot of information. I think I will advise you guys to go through this content and read up information. Yeah, I'll be using few of the tags we have. To display a form, you use an element called the form element. So we'll want to start by collecting our name. So for you to collect our name, definitely our name will have to be in a text format. So there's an attribute called type. This type attribute tells the form what type of content to collect. So in this case we want to collect text only, so we'll make that to be text. So let's save that up and see what we have. Let's refresh on our page. So guys, you can see we have an input here, but we want to put a label on it, something that will tell us what that input field is for. So let's add a label called full name, or let's just put name. So let's save it. refresh. So guys, so you have them. So let's add another feed. Let's call this one email input type. This will still be a text. So let's save and refresh. So if I refresh, you will see that we have them on the same line, but I don't want it to be on the same line, so we just have to add a break to it and break it to the next line. So that's what we have. So so we need another HTML, another form element rather, that will help us collect our, so say gender, or let's say sex. So there's an input type called radio. So basically the radio allows you to collect multiple information, just like a select information, where you have to choose from different options. So in our case, so let's save and refresh and see. So you guys, you see, in our case we only have one option, so we need to add multiple options so that we can select them. So just add May here. So I'll add female. Then I will add others in case we don't belong to any of the class. So let's save up and see what we have. So let's add break. I think we should add break to this. So yes, this is looking nice, but we have a problem. If you notice, when we click, gets all of them. It's not supposed to be so. So guys, what we'll need to do is, there is another attribute called the name. So we need to tell our browser that these three options belong to the same family. For us to do that, we have to declare a name. So we just have to give this name a gender. So make them have the same gender. So let's save and refresh our page. So you can see guys, I can only pick one of these options now because we have given it name. So let's add another input element to collect date of birth. So let's call this date of birth. So to help us do that, we have an input type which is called dates. So the date allows us to select dates. So let's save and refresh. So you can see guys, when I click on this drop down, I have a calendar to select my dates from. So now let's add our submit button. So you can see we have a submit button here. I know you might be wondering why we are having a button. Now this shows up basically if you specify a type called submit, the browser automatically changes it to a button. So and the default text is submit, but we can actually change this default text, and by doing that there's an attribute called value that we can use. So you specify the value of this button. So let's call it send. Let's call it send, and let's save it and refresh. Let's see what we have. So we can see we now have send. But what if we made mistakes on this input feed and we would like to clear them? What are we going to do about that? So in that case, we have another input type called reset that allow us to reset our feed, our form feeds, in case we made mistakes. So let's refresh and see. So now I've reset. So if I type my name, I type my email, and I click on reset, it automatically clears the form feed. So guys, let me talk about something very important before we call this a day. Now, what if we want to force an input feed to be compulsory? We want to make an input feed to be compulsory, like you must not submit without putting data on the feed. So for us to do that, we need to add an attribute called required. Now the required, you don't necessarily need to add any value to the required, because it's a boolean type attribute, which means it's either be false or true. So if you declare it like this, you have activated it. So right now I'm not meant to submit this form without entering a name. So you can see it's telling us fill out this form feed. So it makes your input feed compulsory. So guys, let's add up another form element. So this time we would like to collect pets. Let's add pets to our registration form. Let's add up pets. So there's an input type called checkbox. The checkbox functions just like the ratio we added earlier, but the checkbox allows you to select multiple options compared to the radio type. So let's add up. Let's put dog. Yeah. Then we'll put cat. Yeah. So let's give it a name as well. Call it pets. So let's refresh our page. We need to put a drop. Let's add a break. This guy. Also a break here. So let's refresh and see what we have. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be checkbox, not check out. Checkbox. So let's save and refresh. I need to change this other one. Checkbox. Yes guys, you can see we can select multiple. So guys, lastly, let me talk about form element. Now this form element allows you to have a drop down where you can select from different options. So let's feed for states. So this time we're going to use a different element called select. The select takes in, so under the select we have option. The option takes in a value, so here we'll just put select states. So this first option we have here is something that is just like an instruction to the user on what to select. We are not necessarily leading it on this part, but let's declare the options we want. So I'll just put to state here to be appear. So we have to add appear this value type. I will explain in our next video why we are having this value. So so that's it, guys. Let's refresh and see what we have. So let's add a break. Let's add a break to our form. So if I refresh my page, so guys, we have a form. Let's put our name, let's put our email. Yes, one other thing I would like to talk about is there's an input type that forces. Now we are collecting email address on this second field, so there's an input type that helps you to collect valid email addresses. So you can see I've changed the input type to email instead of text. So let's refresh and see what we get if we enter an email address that is not valid. So this is not a valid email address. Why? Because it is not valid. So let's click on send and see what we have. So it's telling you please include an @ in the email address. So that's what the email type does for you. So guys, in this video I've talked about forms. So in the next video we'll look at how to submit the forms. See you in the next one. Bye.